Hello, Magi here, and today we'll be continuing off in ESR. So in the last episode, in the beginning, I explained that I will be starting, kind of the Marissa route, not the Marissa route, trying to go for the Alice route if possible, based on you guys' votes. So yes, that is the pairing that will be happening for this video. Again, it's based on if I can achieve it, because it's not as clear, the choices are not, I don't think they're clear. Cut and dry, as opposed to, like, let's say the busy person where you just pick two decisions. I think you're gonna have to do a lot of things to get to said point. Okay, so I'm assuming so this is how it's gonna turn out. And then we saw the chart, the lovely chart created by Koichi, our MVP. So hands out to Koichi, thank you very much. But anyway, just to recap the main things I can remember, because it's been a while since I recorded this on my end. We're really going ham on the research now, and we're even gonna try to talk to Aaron if possible, but more like we gave our research notes to Raisin. Raisin's gonna take it to Aaron. It's gonna take about a week, she said. So I'm assuming it's gonna take 1 week in game time, like, so, like, you know, the whole calendar. So after a week, we'll get a response back. We went to the library. Our notes are shit. Patchy's notes are shit, and Kokumo's gonna teach us how to do that, right? I think we played hide and go seek with Flandre there as well, and then we spied on Sakya, looking at pictures of Amelia, because why not? And then what else? I believe we headed to Reimu's place and helped fix her roof and whatnot, and then we went to Renosuke's place. He explained that we wanted to be an immortal long ago, but it sounds like we were kids, so maybe at the time it was just a kid thing, or maybe something else that we don't know yet. And then Renosuke's hooked up with Yukari, and we're back to Marissa's house, and then she's had a dream and whatnot. So let's continue from there. Hopefully. What should I do today? That is a very good question. What should we do today? I should go mushroom hunting. Mushroom hunting was nice and normal. Well, for you, I guess. I wouldn't exactly call that the most normal thing for me. The expedition was actually quite successful. I'd obviously waited just the right amount of time after the rain. After hiking through the woods a bit longer, I began noticing some familiar landmarks. I was apparently wandering in the vicinity of Alice's house. As I came closer, I could hear what sounded like chopping sounds. Okay, now hold steady, Shanghai. Alice was standing outside her front door, placing logs on a chopping block while a doll hovered it with a small hatchet. Well, I mean, it's a convenient way to do it. You never have to really do it. Well, I know she's pulling the strings, but it's a lot better than having to wield an axe. I'm just saying. As soon as Alice moved her hands away from the log, the axe swung down and cut the log in half, the split pieces falling into the ground. I stood there quietly for a bit, observing Alice as she controlled the doll. I wonder why she would go so much trouble for such a simple task. Did she have to use these techniques daily to keep them fresh, or did she simply not want to dirty her hands? Maybe a little both? As I mulled over these two possibilities, Alice spoke up suddenly. If you're planning a surprise attack, you best rethink your strategy. I've been aware of your presence long before you stepped foot out of the forest. Ah, you got me. I stepped out into the open, holding my arms out in a defeated gesture. You've been coming around more often lately. You're not plotting anything, are you? Like what? Like, how should I know? I don't think like you. Well, so long as you're going to stand there, you might as well make yourself useful. Pick up the pieces that fall and put them on the pile over there. Alice gestured towards a wood pile stacked up on the side of her house. Ugh, work. Those who don't work don't eat. Are you offering to feed me? Did I say that? Yeah, just now. That's just a saying, don't get so worked up. I set my basket down nearby and started picking up the wood as Alice's doll chopped it and tossed it on the lumber pile. As we worked, I turned to Alice. Why don't you just have one of your dolls do this too? You use it for everything else, don't you? Most of them are cleaning up inside right now. Besides, whatever you may think, this is not as easy as it looks. Really? Alice finished cutting the last few bits of wood and set the axe down on the chopping block, watching like an overseer, with her arms crossed as I moved on them onto the pile. Well, not bad, I suppose. You help out as much as Shanghai. I'm assuming that's a compliment, right? Hopefully. Wait, yeah, was that compared to Marissa's on the same thought track as I have. It's like, is that a compliment or something? Is that an insult from Alice or a compliment? See, you just can't tell right there. You just can't tell. Oh boy. You really do use them to do everything, your dolls, I mean. I feel kind of sorry for them. That's an exaggeration. I don't use them for everything, you know. I don't cook with them, for example. Their delicate calculations involve that dolls are simply too inaccurate to perform. It just does not taste the same otherwise. It lacks a certain secret ingredient, love. Some things just have to be done with your own hands. Let's go with the troll answer. It lacks a secret ingredient, love. Love? What are you talking about, Marissa? These puppet strings are the bonds of affection. That is why they cannot break. Huh? So if the dolls were powered by Alice's love, then the dishes she paired with them would be filled with that same love. So if she were to do it by hand, it would mean that... What? No, nothing. Don't worry about it. Is your face turning red? What? Of course it's not. It must be... I must have been... God damn, I can't speak. It must be that I've gotten overheated after all this work. Which is it then? Do I recall? I do recall I was doing most of the work. Got anything cold to drink? Well, since you did help out, I guess I could offer you some refreshments before you collapse from exhaustion. Alice waved a hand and a doll arrived from an open window carrying a tray with a pitcher of ice water and 2 glasses and set the trays down on Alice's porch before returning inside. I found a nice spot in the shade and sat down. Where'd you get the ice? Your house doesn't seem big enough for an ice cellar. I made it. Converting matter from liquid to solid isn't very different in itself. Magic is useful for more than blowing holes in walls. That's probably true, you cannot deny that. I know that, though. Let's see. Can you make iced tea too? That is a very good question. It's possible. Actually, I hadn't even thought of it that. I suppose even you have good ideas every now and then. God damn straight, I'm a bloody genius. We sat there for a while, slowly cooling from our labors. Hey, Alice. Yes? I couldn't help but notice. You've got a whole bookshelf devoted to someone named Byakuren Hidri. Wait, what? If you got a bookshelf devoted to someone named Byakuren Hidri, you a fan? Wait a minute. What? Is this before UFO? You got you a fan or something? Alice nearly choked on her water but managed to maintain her composure. Perhaps Patchy's suggestion about setting traps throughout my house has some merits after all. Anyways, the bookshelf? Your persistence is admirable, but it's more likely going to get you killed one of these days. Well, whatever. Byakuren is a magician I heard about while living in Magi. Powerful, beautiful, kind. I heard she'd been sealed away near a corner of Magi called Hokai, so I decided to look into it. Huh. So this from the conversation, it seems like the story is taking place before UFO at the very least, given that Marissa and the whole crew, at least obviously given from Symposium, the spin-off work, we already know Byakuren and her crew, but unless this takes place before it, so that's interesting. And I like the tidbit that, like, you know, Alice researching Byakuren, given that Alice's home place is Makai. If you're accepting the PC98 canon, of course, which you probably should. All right, so yeah, so we got that. That's pretty cool. I like that. She's actually not very different from yourself. Powerful, beautiful, and kind. As if, idiot. From my research, your motivations are somewhat similar. I wanted to hear that elaborated, but Alice was already getting up and brushing the creases out of her dresses. Anyway, your showing up without warning is getting inconvenient for me. Do you got some business here or not? I didn't tell you. I was out collecting mushrooms when I realized I was in the area, so I thought I'd stop by and see what you were up to. Oh, I see. I guess that was a little harsh. Alice turned away and muttered something under her breath that I couldn't hear her very well. What? No, nothing. Did I say something? For some reason, this was starting to sound familiar. The point I'm trying to make is, if you're planning on dropping by this often, could you at the very least bring something? But I'm your guest, aren't I? That little comment didn't seem to go over well. After the first 3 consecutive visits, your status as a guest is officially upgraded to Moocher. Maybe you can get away with that with Rainbow, but not with me. Drat. Besides, isn't it common courtesy for guests to bring a bottle of wine or something when visiting? No wonder you haven't many friends. Whoa, chill, Alice. If I had to visit my friend every single time we wanted to chill, I'd be fucking poor, okay? I do not want to bring my friends a bottle of fucking wine every time. Oh my god. Hey, Newsome, you want a bottle of wine? Dude was just looking at me weird, man. He was like, dude, why? Though there was no malice in her tone, the words still stung a little. Sorry, I didn't mean. Hey, what are you talking about? I got loads of friends. I met other than Reimu and Murchika. No one really close, it's just, sorry, I'll drop it. Ah, right, it was true that other than Reimu and Korin, there was no one with whom I was really intimate. To a point, I had Alice, who seemed to grudgingly tolerate me, a librarian who viewed me on the same level as the Vermin, and an insane child vampire. Wow, you need some new friends. Or at least upgrade the status anyway. Which is why we're here for! We're gonna upgrade the friendship status, aren't we? But wasn't it normal to have a few close friends? I mean, I was friendly with a lot of people. Why should these words still sting? You can come visit whenever you want, Marissa. I don't actually mind. Just let me know a bit beforehand. I smiled as Alice stumbled over her words. She was clearly out of her element, trying to apologize. Well, if you need company that much, I guess I can stop by over every now and then. Just how is this for my benefit? You already stop over. I want you to do it properly. We verbally sparred for a bit longer on Alice's porch, then I said my goodbyes.